What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of One on One. Now, I'm Dr. Akash Bajaj, founder and host of the show. I'm a triple board certified physician, and I'm here to talk to you about rituals and routines that you can pursue to keep yourself resilient and robust. Now, today's episode, we're going to focus on the top 5 exercises that you can pursue to maximize your longevity. I think at this point we all have a clear understanding that longevity is very important and it's obviously something within our control. But how do we actually promote it? What do we actually do? We've discussed in detail on several other episodes why it's important and the clinical data to back that up. But today I want to actually give you some practical tips and tricks on what you can do to begin to move forward. So let's get into it. Unlocking the secrets of longevity, anti-aging, and peak performance. Dive deep into the world of biohacking, explore groundbreaking medical advances, and uncover the keys to living your best life at any age. This is One on One with Dr. Bajaj, where science meets life and vitality knows no limits. The top 5 things that you can do from an exercise standpoint to improve your longevity. Number 1 is good old-fashioned walking. Walking is one of the most important, fundamental, and foundational things that you can do to maximize your longevity. As a matter of fact, studies have shown that regular, consistent walking can decrease your likelihood of developing diseases such as heart disease and diabetes. Check this out, guys. There was a study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine demonstrated that 30 minutes of brisk walking, only 30 minutes, can decrease your likelihood of premature death, all caused by 20%. That is a huge number. This study came out in 2018. So practically speaking, a good goal for us is to aim to get to 7 to 10,000 steps per day. You can walk when you're taking phone calls, you can incorporate it into your daily routines, and all those little things will add up. Exercise number 2, strength training. Now, strength training not only is very important as we're younger, but as we get older, we automatically begin to lose muscle mass. This is one of the major reasons why as we get older, we get more susceptible to things like falls, fractures, and just being overall more frail. Now, with all this being considered, there is a host of reasons to consider maintaining muscle mass with strength training. As a matter of fact, if you compare high muscle mass individuals and relatively low muscle mass individuals at the approximate same age group, there was approximately a 200x fold in improvement of all-cause mortality for the high muscle mass individuals. Tremendous number. So strength training becomes more and more important as we get older and older. The Journal of Bone and Mineral Research has demonstrated that strength training only twice a week, will increase bone density as well as muscle density and muscle mass. These two factors together will improve your strength, improve your power, decrease your chance or likelihood of falls and fractures. Incredible return on investment. 2 times a week of strength training will potentially mitigate or eliminate major catastrophic injury and potential serious surgery. So if this is new to you, consider starting slow. Start with air squats, for example. As a male, you should be able to do an air squat at 90 degrees for about 2 minutes. As a female, you should be able to do at least 1.5 minutes as a starting point. You can also start with dead hangs, literally hanging off of a pull-up bar and just hanging there. This will improve your grip strength and overall flexibility. Males aim for about 2 minutes of a dead hang of your weight, and females aim for about 1.5 minutes. And then, of course, just weightlifting. Weightlifting is incredibly powerful and a great amplifier of increasing muscle mass. Now, let's not forget about cardiovascular function and metabolic function. This can be directly focused on with high-intensity interval training. Now, high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, is basically short bursts of extreme physical activity followed by periods of rest. This will directly improve your cardiovascular health and your metabolic function. Research published in a journal called Cell Metabolism has actually demonstrated that HIIT-type activities can directly increase mitochondria function. And increasing mitochondria function has a direct relationship to lifespan. In addition, people that have an improved cardiorespiratory health compared to those that are not in the same relative age group have a 5x improvement in all-cause mortality. Basically, what this means is if you're in kind of the bottom half, the bottom quartile of your age group for your VO2 max, for example, which is a great way to measure this, and you compare that person to somebody in the top quarter of their age group in the VO2 max, same age group, you're looking at a 500x difference in all-cause mortality. Incredibly important and arguably more important than strength training because of the improvement in all-cause mortality. So how can you start HIIT workouts? Go very basic and very straightforward. For example, sprint for 30 seconds, walk for a minute. Sprint for 30 seconds, walk for a minute. That is a form of very simple HIIT therapy. Doing this alone, aim to do this 2 to 3 times a week, and that alone will start to improve your cardiorespiratory function, and you can graduate to higher levels at that point. Now, if you're building your cardiorespiratory function and your strength training and you're walking and you're overall getting these things in order, really the missing component here is flexibility. Because if you're not flexible, but you have those other components in place, really you're missing a large piece of that. So flexibility type exercises like yoga can significantly improve collectively your physiological and your psychological components of your overall health. This includes things like stress mitigation, improving flexibility, reducing the risk of injury because you are more flexible, and chances are you will become more balanced as well. Now, this is interesting. Regular practice of yoga has been shown to decrease inflammatory markers. Basically meaning, if you're a regular practitioner of yoga, in addition to everything else we talked about, those patients objectively have lower inflammatory markers. You're less inflamed. And if you're less inflamed, you're less likely to develop a chronic disease associated with inflammation. Things like neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, cardiac disease, diabetes, heart disease, all these things have significant inflammatory components. And listen, if yoga is not something that comes easy to you, like it doesn't come easy to me, consider something like 10 minutes a day or so of yoga as you can tolerate, and then escalate from there and see how you do. So now you have your cardiorespiratory activity in order, you have your strength training in order, you're walking on a regular basis, and you're doing 10 minutes of yoga a day to maintain flexibility and balance. What else can we do? Well, the fifth and final component to really focus on is swimming. Swimming gets incredibly powerful and useful as we get older because it's easy on the joints. It's a whole body workout, and it's kind of a hybrid between cardiorespiratory function as well as strength training. As a matter of fact, research has shown that swimming can improve cardiorespiratory health, joint mobility, as well as strength, all directly linked to improved longevity. Now, if you're starting off new here or you're not the best swimmer, even doing aerobics type classes can give you some of these benefits. Or start slow and swim to the best of your capability a couple times a week is a great starting point. So to conclude, guys, the 5 top exercises that you can practically incorporate right away. Number 1 is walking. Number 2 is strength training. Number 3 is HIIT, high intensity interval training. Number 4 is yoga for your flexibility and balance. And finally, number 5 is swimming. Now, if you can incorporate each of these 1 to 2 times a week, A, you can keep yourself busy doing something every single day. B, it'll be different every day, so you'll maintain that novelty and variety, which will help minimize your chances of burnout. C, you're really focusing on your entire body, especially with things like yoga, which also has been shown to help decrease and cope and manage stress. So guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Please like, subscribe, and share this episode if you found any value in it whatsoever. And as always, the best time to start something was yesterday. The second best time is today. Don't look back tomorrow with regret. Take one small step today to get yourself maximally optimized. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of One-on-One with Dr. Bajaj. you find any value in these episodes and any value in this show, please like and subscribe and share these episodes, specifically the ones you feel may help some of your friends and family.